Bowblood is one of the unique upgrades that you can use inside of Wuchang Fallen Feathers. I'm going to show you all 6 locations of where you can get these Bowbloods and from the very specific enemies you have to defeat to actually get them for upgrades. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into the 6 areas that you need to go, I want to tell you how you can actually use Bowblood to upgrade your character. What you want to do is go into the actual upgrading system, the upgrade tree, and you're going to very quickly see little jars that are going to have the same symbol as the Bowblood when you get them. It increases your ability to use the maddening incense, which helps increase your madness and helps it not decrease, which again is used for a lot of different move sets inside of the game, so it's very helpful if you know how to use it. Now, the very first location that we need to go is going to be inside of the first region, which is going to be Worhsips Rise. What you want to do is progress until you come across Annalum. I'm probably butchering that name, but that's the closest fast travel point you want to get to. From here, you want to go up the stairs, and very quickly you want to try and make your way to the back left side of this entire region. All you really have to do is follow around the area a little bit until you find a small path that gets you behind this entire set of houses. What you're very quickly going to find is a large set of stairs that you want to take all the way down until you come across a small pagoda. When you start approaching this pagoda, you'll actually be told that a demon is being manifested. What you want to do is now defeat that said demon that just spawned. Once you defeat that demon, you're going to be given your first Bowblood. This is going to be the same exact process for every location outside of the last location, which of course I will talk about when we get there. But since you have now defeated your first demon, let's move on to the second location for the second demon, which the second demon can be found still inside of the first region, Worhsips Rise, and the closest fast travel point is going to be Doomwillow Beach. When you're looking at this particular shrine, you want to do a 180 and rush towards the lane in front of you that has that giant red glow. From here, you want to progress until you come across a small red pond that's filled with blood. Go to the other side of this pond, and on the left side you're going to see a couple trees, and when you approach these couple trees you will be invaded by your next demon. Obviously your next goal is just to defeat this demon any way possible to get your next set of Bowblood. This will be the last Bowblood inside of the first region of the game, so we're going to move on to the third location for the next demon spawn. This is going to take you into the second region of the game, which is Cloudspire. Once you're here, you want to very quickly get to Cloudspire Outskirts, which is very easy. In here, you're going to come across a couple corrupted pillars. So progress Cloudspire Outskirts until you deactivate your second corrupted pillar, which will be very easy to find because it's along the main pathway. From here, from that second corrupted pillar, you want to take the left point where you see a long alleyway filled of enemies that are being attacked by another set of enemies using cannons. Deal with all the enemies in this vicinity and then run towards the burning house in the back that you should be able to see. Once you get close, you will be invaded by your second demon. Of course, now you just need to go and defeat that demon and you'll be able to get your second Bowblood. Next location is going to be inside of the Snowfall Palace, still sticking into the second region of the game. What you want to do is progress until you have to go inside of the palace itself. Once you're inside the palace, you'll eventually be able to open up this giant room where there is an elevator in the middle of this room. What you want to do is hit the button that normally takes you up to the top of this location, but instead you want to jump off very quickly so you can go inside and click another button that takes you down to a secret treasure room. Inside of this treasure room, you want to go to the corner that you're going to see me go to because you're going to have that next demon invade you right in front of this small chest. Now, this palace in particular isn't someplace that you have to go. It is optional, but obviously you're going to see the palace when you get to the first fast travel point, which is the Snowfall Palace, so you might as well go inside because you get some pretty good upgrades inside this room and other things around this entire palace itself. Next fight location that we need to go is going to be inside the third region of the game, the Mount Zhenwu region. I'm probably butchering that name, so I do apologize, but you want to progress until you come across the refugee camp. From here, it's a very short run just in front of a couple different walls inside of a swampy region right next to the refugee camp. What you want to do is run all the way to the end of this small swampy region, and you're going to very quickly come across a few items in the reeds, but you're also going to be attacked and invaded by another demon, which of course is who we need to go and defeat to get the next Bowblood. Now, just a fair warning, in the process of actually getting to the location I'm about to show you, there is going to be a red-eyed enemy that will of course attack you very aggressively until you defeat them, so it may be smart for you to take out the red-eyed enemy first, save, rest again, and then come back to this location so you're at full strength to fight the demon. Sticking within the third region, you want to make your way into the Avian Marsh. From here is a very quick run, but you have to make sure you drop off the main path at the right location. So what I want you to do is from the Avian Marsh fast travel point, go to the left side and up the small cliff that's going to bring you up to a very large and very long vine. Once you're on your way to this particular vine, you will be ambushed by a few enemies, but you're also going to see some burned nests, or what looks like nests, on the right side. What you want to do is progress until you come across this particular nest that I'm about to show you. Once you go and take the item from this nest, you're actually going to be dropped down into what looks like a small arena. Once you hit the ground, you are going to be invaded by that demon. All you have to do is once again defeat that demon. Now at this point, if you follow this guide completely, you will have 6 bow bloods, and that's actually going to give you an achievement or trophy depending what system you're on, signifying that you have defeated 6 inner demons, or just 6 demons in general. Now this is not to say that you have every single one of the bow bloods in the game. We actually have 2 more to find to fully upgrade your character. To find those final 2 bow bloods, you do have to progress the game into the 4th and 5th region, which is where this little segment comes into play, because after you complete the 3rd region, there is a no return point. This is after you defeat the main boss that occurs at the Zhenwu altar. You follow the main path that will normally take you into the 4th region, which is actually going to be interacting with the storyteller. He's going to tell you that you will not be able to turn back to this point, and it actually is going to completely wipe any NPC quest lines that you have not completed or progressed into the next regions, and it's going to completely take out the 1st region. So if you haven't gone and defeated that particular demon in the 1st region yet, this is your time to go and defeat them before the entire region is wiped. With all that being said, let's move into the 4th region. Now this is going to be a very easily found location. It's actually going to be a boss that is optional inside of your game. It's going to be inside the Courtyard, right next to the Sanctum, inside of this 4th region. You basically have to pass this giant staircase to come up and fight this particular demon before getting to the Sanctum, so you will pass this fighting area to get another bow blood. Now for the final bow blood, this could be kind of tricky. You first have to make your way to area 5 into the depths of the capital. Right next to this particular fast travel point, you are going to see the 3rd and final red riddle door. The final enemy you have to defeat behind this door is actually only available if you completed the white robed elders questline first. Now obviously that is an entire game long side quest that you have to go and complete for the elder, which is you interacting with him at every single point that you have been able to find him from the very beginning of the game. This is of course a major roadblock that you're not going to see until the very end of the game, so make sure that you go through the entire game, interact with him, and do his entire quest line before you get to this final door. It's just going to make it a lot quicker. Obviously, again, this is an entirely different video for that quest line, but this is your warning to make sure you go and do that if you are focusing on getting every single one of the bow bloods in one game. Now for the focus of this particular video, let's say that you have completed that quest line, you're able to go and interact with this red door. You actually want to give the incorrect answer to this riddle. The incorrect answer is actually the wheel turns anew. If you do the grand dream fades and you've done the other 2 red doors, you'll actually get a different achievement. But again, we're focusing on getting the bow bloods, and the enemy that we have to defeat is going to be on the other side of this door. To open up this door and be teleported to a very secret area, you actually have to answer the wrong answer, which is the wheel turns anew. When you answer the riddle incorrectly and you have done every required step of completing the white robed elders questline, you'll see this quick little cutscene of you being sucked into a black mist that is going to teleport you to a new secret region. When you get to this new small region, it's going to be called the Shrine Dwelling. You're going to have a very quick fast travel point that is available to you when you just go forward when you are teleported into this new area. From here, you really just have a straightforward shot into a very obvious arena where you have to fight a boss. This is of course going to be the last enemy that you need to defeat if you have followed through this guide from step by step from location to location. Now technically if you're just going after the achievement and the trophy, you can get this done way before you get to the end of the game, but if you want to fully upgrade your character, obviously you're going to have to go through some very specific quest lines and get to some very specific regions to do that. But I hope you guys found this walkthrough guide helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like, subscribe buttons for me down below so I know that you did find this video helpful. I'll catch you guys in the next video.